Welcome to the Vocational Expert Views channel. Today we are looking at executive functioning and what it means in terms of work limitations and unemployability. So, what is executive functioning and how does it affect you at work? Well, executive functioning is a set of mental abilities. They help you with planning and organizing, maintaining focus and attention, memory and recall. They help you with flexibility, being adaptable to changing situations and problem solving. They help you with interacting with others with through self-control and self-regulation. So in our daily lives, we use executive functioning in planning our work schedule for the week. It's also seen with a chef following a complex recipe in a busy kitchen. So you have a hectic work environment with a lot of sounds and noises going on where you have to filter those things out. You got visual stimuli going on, and yet you can still focus and maintain steps of a complex recipe. The ability to adjust strategy during a game. This is the ability to adapt to changing situations. An employee dealing with unexpected interruptions at work, a supervisor managing their emotions while correcting an employee. Executive functioning skills are affected by general health conditions, different medications, brain injury, pain, or other mental health conditions. So let's take a look at a veteran. This veteran can have PTSD, TBI, or other mental health conditions, and they may be affecting their executive functioning. So, is it at a level that's unemployable? Well, that's where we start looking at and reviewing your medical and psychological records, your work history, and also possibly doing a direct assessment. Some of the functional vocational work limitations of PTSD are difficulty concentrating and focusing, increased fatigue and energy depletion, occupational and social impairment with a decrease in work efficiency and intermittent periods of inability to perform work tasks, difficulty managing stress, difficulty interacting with others. So, if you suspect someone you know has problems with executive functioning, it's important to seek professional evaluation support. Some vocational experts can do these type of evaluations. Here at Vocational Expert Views, we can do these types of assessments. However, usually you need to go to a clinical psychologist or a neuropsychologist. Executive functioning measurement can help you identify specific areas of difficulty and help you develop strategies for improvement and success in life. So, when we're looking at the disability system, it's not just having the evidence, you need the right evidence and you need it in vocational terms. Your doctor, your employer, or mental health professional cannot just say you cannot work. This is why you often need a vocational expert to show how your issues relates to work, and we do this through work limitations of vocational terms. A vocational expert report is clinical objective expert statement and it's based purely on your work limitations. When a vocational expert can support your work limitations and show you're unemployable, the VA and the Social Security system has to do something with that. They either attack your evidence, and with the VA system, since you've already been awarded, they've already said, yes, we agree to this evidence. So how can they discount evidence they already agreed to? Or they need to attack the expertise of the expert, or they go to another VE. It's highly unlikely they're going to hire another VE to do a review. That's why a vocational expert report and evaluation is vital to a lot of cases. If you have the right evidence and you get the right assessment, it technically can't be attacked. So, with executive functioning, you have problems with concentrating and focusing. So, if you are complaining about these issues, then again, we're going to look at your work history. Have you been written up at work and your VA records to see where this is documented and see if you have enough documentation. Again, we might have to do assessments and measures, and there's a lot of tests to choose from. So, let's take a look at some of the work limitations a vocational expert can assess for and put in your report. These are job planning and organization issues. Another set of work limitations under task and initiation and completion. Communication and collaboration. Problem solving and decision making skills. Self regulation and professionalism. And again, these are just some of the general examples and specific limitations that a vocational expert has experience in assessing and will look at. We can report to you as well as in your report what your strengths and weaknesses are. And we understand how these issues are connected to jobs and work limitations. So when the VA is looking at your records, your VA raters, they can see some of these issues, but what they're doing is they're trying to say, okay, we know some jobs can accommodate this, and they're starting to think, okay, this can be accommodated, that can be accommodated. The problem is they haven't professionally studied these things. The only professional that can truly address this is a vocational expert. So your VA rater is going to be looking at and knowing that some jobs can accommodate this. They know technology and tools exist, and they know there is some professional support and training. So when the VA looks at your issues and go, yeah, they're not bad enough because we know yada, 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 this is where you need a vocational expert that knows, okay, you're assessed at this level. This is what it means in competitive employment. And your VA raters aren't able to do that in terms of competitive employment. Only a vocational expert can. So we do a lot of different assessments. We're not limited to achievement tests or IQ tests or dexterity tests. Sometimes we'll do work samples. Sometimes we'll do psychological assessments, and executive functioning would follow under psychological assessments as well as neurological type assessments. If you're interested in a TDIU vocational expert evaluation, the first step is to schedule a personal consultation about your TDIU application and what your service connected disabilities are. We will give you an intake form to fill out. We'll spend about an hour with you on your case, and you can contact us here. After your consultation, if we believe we can do a favorable report for you, then we will request more documents and we will finalize that and determine if more psychological testing is needed. And we're not limited to executive functioning. We can look at anger, emotional, we can do PTSD tests. And then finally, after assessment's completed, you can get a vocational expert TDIU report.